intuitive development practices, guided meditations, exercises, and rituals to enhance intuition and intuition-based decision making. If you want to connect with your intuition, you need to practice. You need to practice connecting with the part of you from which your intuitive impulses come forward. And that comes from your gut and your brainstem. So in this episode, we're going to practice doing the things that get us into our body and specifically communicating with our belly and our brain. Let's begin. The first thing I want to remind you of is the seat of your intuition, called your source point. Your source point is located 2 inches below your belly button and 2 inches inside. It's an energy point that is at the seat of your intuition. It is also at the center of your second chakra and the center of a broader energetic zone we call the lower energy center. There are 7 main energy centers on our body, and these are places from which we easily absorb and release energy. The most important one being in your lower abdomen, the center of it being your source point, comprising the area of your first, second, and third chakra. Your first chakra located at your perineum, your second chakra in the source point, and your third chakra approximately in the solar plexus. So in this entire region, we're going to identify that as your lower dantian. This is the place we focus on when we want to get grounded. It's also what is sometimes termed the second brain. When you were a very tiny fetus in your mother's womb, your brain and your guts were connected, specifically your anus. And as you grew as a fetus, just like a bean, they separated. But anatomically, if you look at the brain and if you look at the intestines, there is something similar, though they fundamentally have different functions. Not only that, but there is a nerve, the vagus nerve, that goes all the way from the area of your first, second, and third chakra into the brainstem and specifically communicates signals into the core of the brain, the brainstem, and pineal gland. This is the highway of your intuition, and we are going to practice communicating with it in a succinct and simple, easy manner. So remember, intuition is a matter of focus. It's a matter of training your focus. You have to be able to focus on your intuitive impulses. And those are impulses that are coming from your body, specifically from deep inside, emanating from the space of your brainstem, right? And so how do we communicate or get in touch with the deepest part of us? The first thing we need to do is open the door. And we open the door to our brainstem awareness by coming into our body. The easiest way to come into the body is by stimulating it. Now, we could stimulate ourselves on our arms, we could stimulate ourselves anywhere, and any of that would draw attention to the body. But it's the 7 main energy centers, when stimulated, that can gather the greatest focus inside of the body. Your hands are energy centers. Your feet are energy centers. In addition to the energy center in your lower abdomen, you also have an energy center that's in the heart, and that is responsible for your emotional feelings. You also have an energy center in the head that is responsible for your thoughts. And then you have energy centers in your hands, and you have energy centers in your feet. As you walk, you transfer energy from the earth into your body, and you also release a lot of energy through your feet into the earth or into the atmosphere. Similarly, in your hand, you can transfer a lot of energy outward through the hands, and you can also absorb tremendous amounts of energy through the hands. Similarly, you can absorb energy through your thoughts, you can transfer energy through your thoughts, you can absorb energy, emotional energy in the heart, and you can transfer emotional energy in your heart. Now, when I talk about all these different types of energy or electrical impulses, I want you to think of them as simply different types of information. They're like different types of energy patterns, how you have wind energy and solar energy. They are just different types of energy that express themselves in different ways as different phenomena in the human body, depending on the energetic structures that they are communing with. When you stimulate your body, you are calling attention and therefore focus to a particular part of yourself. This is an easy way to practice presence. We're going to start by stimulating our hands. So I just want you to open up your fingers and close them. Open and close, open and close, open and close. Let's try it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're just going to clap our hands a little bit. We're going to clap our hands a little bit. And I want you to focus on the stimulation and the feeling that's being created between your hands as a result of clapping them. And then you're going to rub them really fast. You really want to rub your hands such that you are generating heat between your palms. If you don't feel heat, you need to rub harder, faster. Very good. All right, now holding your hands approximately 6 inches apart from each other. And focusing on the 6. Now holding your hands approximately 6 inches apart from each other and focusing on the sensation in your hands. And you're very slowly going to begin to move your hands apart from each other. And as you move your hands apart from each other, you begin to feel a magnetic sensation between them. It feels like they want to come back together. And then slowly moving your hands back toward each other, and you feel a repelling sensation between them, almost like they want to go apart. And before they touch, bringing them back apart from each other. Keep focusing on the sensation in your hands, and then bringing them back together. Very good. All right, shaking out your hands and bringing them down. So the magic of this exercise is that for many people, this is the first time in which they have a concerted feeling of energy. And that feeling of energy is not emotional. And the one thing you're going to notice is that while you were feeling energy, if you could feel it, you weren't thinking. It is virtually impossible to think and feel energy at the same time. And so once you are physically focused on feeling the sensations of energy, your thoughts stop immediately. You're connecting with your brainstem. This is the very magic of this exercise. It allows you to connect with your intuition and open the door to receiving the messages that you want so badly to help you find the right direction for your life. When it comes to feeling your body, sound is also vibration, and you can use the sound of your own voice to connect with your brainstem. Each chakra has a very specific sound, and once you learned the sound of the chakra, you can practice trying to make that sound resonate and vibrate in the specific area of the chakra. And that can do tremendous things for allowing the natural intuitive messages to run through you, and also to direct your behavior in an intuitive manner, such that your self-expression itself becomes a force connected to your intuition, no longer blocked by your preconceived thoughts and ideas. All right, let's get started. So the first sound is the sound UGH, and that sound is connected to your first chakra. And your first chakra is located at your perineum, on your pelvic floor, between the anus and vagina, or for men, between the anus and the scrotum. What you want to do is try to sound out and as you sound it out, try to send the vibration of that sound into the first chakra, such that you can literally feel some movement there. All right, moving on to the second chakra. Our second chakra sound is hey, like H-E-Y. Hey, hey, everybody. Now, for the second chakra, you're going to focus on the source point, 2 inches below your belly button, 2 inches inside. Again, the goal is to vibrate inside the second chakra. Hey, hey. You might have to practice changing your resonance or tone a little bit in order to really hit the spot. We move to the third chakra sound, right in the solar plexus, and the sound is O, like just like O-H, O. Oh. If it helps, you can even put your hand on your solar plexus to encourage your attention. Oh. And now we come to our fourth chakra, and that's in our heart space. And you can put both hands on your heart if it helps you focus. And the sound of the heart is ha, like H-A, ha. 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 Try to relax the shoulders as you proceed into the sound. And now we come to the sound of the fifth chakra, which is the throat. If it helps, you can gently touch your sternum. And the sound is I, like the letter I. Very good. And now we come to our sixth chakra, and you're going to put a big smile on your face, and the sound is he. And so you're laughing. He. Very good. And we come to the seventh chakra at the top of our head, and our last sound is Om, which I'm sure many of you know. Can you feel the vibration in your body? Just that practice alone, even for a very short period of time every day, can cause your whole expression to shift such that you become attuned to your intuition and you start naturally acting or taking action in alignment with it. This next meditation is what I call the white snow meditation, and it's designed for you to gain some perspective on your current relationship with your intuition. As we go into the meditation, you'll want to pay attention to any emotions or feelings that come up in the process, because it can give you valuable information as to what specifically may be blocking you in your process and making it difficult for you to specifically connect with your intuition. Let's begin. Closing your eyes, relax the shoulders, and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Taking one more deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, imagining yourself standing in a large prairie field covered in snow. You're standing in the middle of this prairie field that goes on endlessly in all directions. There are no mountains wheresoever you look. There are no roads. There is just a continuous field of snow. The snow reaches up to your ankles, and it's all around you. It's dusk, and the sun is almost going down. There are some clouds over the sky, but the sun can peek through the clouds and reflect itself off the snow. The time is passing by, and although you are in this extraordinary expanse, in this extraordinary prairie field, you don't feel cold. The time is passing, and the clouds begin to cover, and slowly the sky is getting darker. As the clouds cover, it begins to snow. Very gradually, the snow comes down. At first, softly and gently, flakes flutter down to the ground, little by little, one by one. As the sun is setting, the snow falling down gets thicker and thicker, though soft and gentle as can be. The snow is falling down all around you, cocooning you, so much so that it is difficult to see into the horizon. Your ability to see far into the distance is becoming limited as the snow keeps falling down. And as the sky darkens, the snow magically takes on a golden hue, as though golden particles were falling from the night sky, down all around you, surrounding you as snow, lighting you up and totally cocooning you. By this point, the snow The golden light of snow is so thick that it completely cocoons you, and you can't see hardly 3 feet in front of you. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and opening your eyes. How do you feel? How did you feel inside that cocoon? That feeling reflects your relationship with your intuition. For some people, it's filled with bliss, but for others, it's filled with feelings of anxiety and uncertainty. Don't be afraid to examine the depths of feelings that may surprisingly arise in this simple scenario. They will give you a clue as to what emotions you need to pay attention to, give you a direction as to what traumas you may need to look into, to guide you to a deeper relationship with your intuition. If you're interested in learning more about how to develop your intuition, please see the link below. Intuition is something that is activated and developed. Though when you're born with the blueprint to have perfect intuition, and you may in fact have perfect intuition underneath all the layers. For most of us, learning how to focus our energy and overcome trauma is critical in developing our relationship to our intuition. Our intuition is also a reflection of our relationship with our soul and our willingness to put our soul in the driving seat of our life. Ultimately, in the soul's journey for completion, our only real purpose here is to do the things that we need to do in order to grow. Whatever that looks like. If traveling on the path to a certain success or being trapped by the success prevents new growth, the soul will demand and push you forward. One should always have an impetus and a feeling of, I'm alive, I'm living, and I'm in the moment, and anything is possible for me. That same feeling we know when we're young and we feel invincible. As we get older, we can lose it as we settle into the patterns of our life.